Welcome back to Going Solo. I'm Rick, and this week we are facing off against Dr. Fright at Camp Happy Trails. So let's start off with our special rules. Camp Happy Trails has no special rules, so we'll move straight into Dr. Fright's special rules. The special rules with Dr. Fright are that 1. You cannot hurt him while you are awake. He can also not hurt you while you are awake. He can still kill victims. So, while you're awake, everything goes normally except you can't attack or be attacked by Dr. Fright. You save victims as normal, they'll follow you, etc. To go to sleep, some of the terror cards or event cards, not the event cards, just the terror cards, some of the terror cards can put you to sleep, or you can use either the short rest or long rest cards, and when you use those, you roll, apply the effects as normal, and then after the card is resolved, you go to sleep. While you're asleep, victims won't follow you, so you can't save victims while you're asleep. But you can attack and be attacked by Dr. Fright. You can also search as normally while you're asleep. During your action phase, you can resolve as many of the boiler room cards as you wish. But at the end of the killer phase, you have to resolve one and only one. So these are the boiler room cards, and you will slide them in one direction to reveal half of a card, essentially. And if Dr. Fright appears in that card, he gets an attack on you. That attack can be defended as normal. And I think that's pretty much it. That sums it up. For the scenario, we do have one special rule, and that special rule is that we will have revealed 2 event cards at the beginning of the game. Tonight, our final girl is Nancy. She requires 5 saved victims to unlock her special power. And I think that's everything, so let's go ahead and get started. The summer after Nancy survived that terrible night on Maple Lane, she was excited to get back to Camp Happy Trails. The change of scenery and her job as camp counselor to the Girl Guppies, which is what they call first-year campers, was something she was happy to have. But Dr. Fright doesn't forget a soul. He had slowly and quietly been visiting the ones that escaped his grasp on Maple Lane. Nancy was the next one on his list. When he found her that first night, she was surrounded by other dreamers. There was no way to enter her dreams without the others knowing of his presence. So be it. That night, on a warm summer day at Camp Happy Trails, 10 little girl guppies rushed out of their cabin like a disturbed hornet's nest, screams filling the night air. The terror had begun. So we are at Camp Happy Trails, facing off against Dr. Fright. Let's go ahead and grab our 0 cost cards to start off with. Put those over here in our hand. Grab 2 dice. And we will reveal our 2 event cards. The first event, Fresh Meat. Place 2 new victims at the cabins. Two new victims at the dock. And 2 new victims at the fire pit. Then discard this card. I'm just going to put it right there as our starting event. And then our second starting event is Death Wish. During the upkeep phase, move the victim closest to the killer 1 space towards it. Do not count victims currently in the same space as the killer. So 1 victim is going to move 1 space towards the killer during each upkeep phase. Alright. Now we can dive in here. Okay, so right now I can't attack him, he can't attack me. But he can kill victims, so my goal is right now to try to save as many victims as I can and maybe find a weapon before I go to sleep. And then once I go to sleep, if I've got enough points to buy the right cards, then I go all in for an attack. Alright, so from where I am, let's go ahead and start off with a walk. And that's a complete failure. We're not off to a good start. Bad first roll. Very bad first roll. It's going to take 2 time regardless. And I am going to sacrifice 1 health for that 1 space of movement. And let's try for another walk. Maybe we'll do better this time. Absolutely not. So that's another 2. It's early game. I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice it for another walk. I'm here. I will have no movement next time, but I will have absolutely no movement next time, but I am going to take a search card to maybe... These don't need to go back down there. They need to stay in my hand. So I'm buying a search card for my 2 points. These walks go back here. And we have Dr. Fright's first turn. So, for his base action, he targets either victims or final girl. Of course, victims first. And attempts to attack. There's nobody in his space to attack, so we draw the first terror card. Which is... Didn't you know they were already dead? If you have not saved any victims, or your final girl card has been flipped, discard this and resolve the next terror card instead. Which, that's where we are, so we've not saved anybody yet. Slash her. So let's see. He targets, still in his space, victims or final girl and attacks. There's nobody in his space. And then he targets victims, which I'm just going to say victims because final girl's not close enough for him to target right now. He moves and then attacks. He's only got 1 space of movement. And he's going to go towards the largest group, which means he would move here. All victims that are not in a search space panic. Alright, so let's start with the fire pit down here. Five, 5, and 3. Which means all of them go over here. These guys stay. Let's see, this guy up here is a 6, so he's going to go over here. Make out point. Poor guy by himself is a 2, so he stays. And then this one over here gets a 6. So they move this direction. Alright. There we go. Let's go ahead and switch out these dice for something that has not rolled ones twice in a row. Okay. Alright, so that is all of Dr. Fright's turn. And luckily, nobody has yet died. Which is awesome. Very good. Okay. So we're back to me. I am, of course, going to first do a search. Let's see how these die roll. Better. So I got one success. I lose a time. And I take the top item card of my space, which is the cabins. So I now have the flashlight, which means once per action phase, I can spend a time to look at the top card of the terror deck, leave it, or place it at the bottom of the deck. So I'll just put that right down here. It does not have to be in my hands because it does not have that symbol. Let's see, I've got 5 time left. I kind of would like to keep 5 time, because a sprint and a distraction would be nice to try to get the horror level down. I don't want to do short rest yet because I don't want to go to sleep yet. Okay, so let's go for the sprint for 2 and the distraction for 3. And of course, my 2 walks. And the search goes back. Okay. And now we've got Dr. Fright again. Again, he can't move, so he can't attack. Let's go see if the rumors are true. Place 2 new victims in the space where the killer started the game. Luckily, he has moved from that space. Horror level goes up. And we get another event card, which is Secret Tunnel. Choose 2 of the following spaces, either the utility shed, cabins, or dock. Place a secret tunnel marker at each. You may move between these spaces as if they were adjacent. Enemies cannot use. Ooh. That could be handy. I could get some victims out quickly if I did it at the dock. So let's put 1 at the cabins and 1 at the dock. And now I can move through those 2 spaces as if they're adjacent. So that might help me get some victims out. And all right, that's it. We're back to me. Okay. So let's start off with a distraction. One success. Okay, with 1 success, I gain a time, and horror level goes down 1. Let's go ahead and attempt a focus as well. Double success. Amazing. I gain 2 time, and horror level goes down. Let's go ahead and do the other focus. All right, 1 success. We'll stick with that. Ooh, no, because I can gain 2 more time. Oh, geez. Let's get rid of weak attack and short rest because I don't want to go to sleep quite yet. To turn that into a double success where I gain 2 time, which puts me up to 11. I think that's the highest time I've ever had. And we are on the verge of getting our 3rd dice. Okay. Now we are going to sprint. One success. Alright, so I do lose one time, but I get to move 2 spaces. I could go to the docks, grab 2 people, and come back, or I could save 2 people right now. If I don't go to the dock, that's where he's headed next. If I do go to the dock and pull 2 people back here, he's going to go over here next because there's more there will be more people there now. Because he's always going to go towards the higher population. Alright, I'm going to go to the dock, grab 2 victims, and bring them back. The more people I can save, the better. All right. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and do a walk. One success, so I lose 1 time. I get to move 1 space. So let's go ahead and pull 2 victims over here, and I will take them out and save them with my last walk card. Okay, 1 success. 1 space. I save them. I'm also going to... I'm going to take the 2 health to bring me back up to full. And move 2 spaces to get me back here. Alright. Now it's time to buy cards. And I've got 8 points. I'm going to buy the other distraction card. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to buy a search card so I can search this place again. Hopefully get a weapon. I'm going to buy a sprint card. And with my last point, I'll buy a close call. Alright, these go back. Okay. And it's Doctor's turn again. So, to start with, he doesn't get to do anything because he can't move. And there's nobody in his space. So he draws a terror card. Never sleep again. So horror level goes up 1. I fall asleep. If I was already asleep, I may reset the boiler room, but I wasn't. If you do not, resolve 1 additional boiler room card at the end of the killer phase. Okay. So I just fall asleep. He still has not killed anyone, though. So, that's a positive. Because that keeps his bloodlust down. If he doesn't kill people. Okay. No panic. Oh, I've been through several turns and haven't done the death wish at all. So yeah, that's going to affect things. Let's see, he started out here. His first card, his first turn, he got to move, which he moved here. Nope. It was this one. but he did get to move. He moved here. So on that upkeep phase, one person would have moved toward him. And then at the end of that round, okay, then back to the next killer's turn, this one would have been killed. Let's just fix it right now. Next turn, he didn't get to move, but one person would have moved towards him. He would have killed them. And then that's this round. Okay. So, one person's going to move towards him. And that's the upkeep phase. So I've caught up with what I forgot to do. Now I've just got to remember it from now on. Okay, so now that brings us back to my turn. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do a search. Ooh, the luck on these cards has apparently run out. I'm going to use my close call to roll that again. 2 partials. Okay, yep, I just wasted my close call. But that's okay. So, I lose 2 time. Horror level goes up. I could take the top card, but I'm not going to because I don't want the horror level to go up again. I'm going to take the risk and try to get some time back by playing the distraction card. No. So I lose 2 time, which means I have no time, and the horror level goes up again. All right. So that's all I can do, really. Yeah, I can't go past the thing, or I could have at least got the horror to go down 1, but I didn't. I can't buy anything, so everything just resets. And then we are back to Dr. Fright's turn, which he will kill this person, and the horror level is up in the red. A place where I don't want it to be. Okay, so that means I've only got 1 dice now. Okay. Oh. And then he gets a terror card. Better lock the door. He targets the final girl and moves towards her. So let's see, what is the closest path to her? Or the quickest path? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's going to go this way. And he gets to move 2 spaces. 1, 2. Yeah, 2 spaces. Luckily, he didn't land on a space that has a victim on it. During the next action phase, you may not move into any search spaces occupied by a victim. Well, that's okay, because I won't be able to move out of the one I'm in. So that's okay. Okay. And that brings us to my turn. Only thing I do have a sprint card. That's the only thing I've got. So might as well go ahead and give it a shot. A success. I lose a time, I get to move 2 spaces. 1, 2. I'll take victims with me. No, I don't. Because I'm asleep. So I can't take victims with me. So, in that case, yeah, just 1, 2 is fine. I did not resolve one on the last. So let me go ahead and resolve one for the last one, which is where I fell asleep. And then I'll resolve more, maybe, in my action phase. Okay. I think pull down. Oh, I didn't. I didn't even do it right. Okay, pull down. Woo, luck. Okay, so that was for... Yeah, that was for the last turn. So do I want to do some for my action phase? I really need to kind of wake up and save victims. Let's go ahead. And let's go... left. Oh! Yay. Okay. Okay. Do I want to do another one? I've got the help. Let's go for it. Okay, so let's see. I know one of the last two is going to have him in the upper right corner. So I kind of don't want to reveal an upper right corner at the moment. So let's go ahead and go up. Let's make sure the other cards don't shift. Yay, okay. If I do it one more time, then I wake up and I can save victims again. Because it's still my action phase right now. Do I want to? Let's see, I know this one had one in the bottom. Chances are good that one of these two had one in the bottom. So let's just shift up again. Yes, I beat the boiler room. Okay. Which means I wake up. And we are awake. Okay. Perfect. So that's the end of my action phase. I've got 5 points to work with here. Got to go for distraction because I need to get another dice back. And let's go for a sprint as well. And all of these 0 cost. Okay, so it's that's the end of my action phase. Oh, I forgot to move a victim again for the last upkeep phase. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so it is his turn again. So he's going to kill this victim, which unleashes his dark power, which is Pitchfork Assault. Each time Dr. Fright damages you, horror goes up. That's great. Alright. And then his terror card, marked for death. Until the next killer phase, all victims in your space immediately panic. Okay? Until the next killer phase, all victims in your space immediately panic. So I guess that continues on through my turn. If I land in a space with victims, they panic. Alright, so he targets the final girl and moves towards her. His movement is still 2. So he's going to move 1, 2 towards the final girl. Luckily not landing in a space with victims. Then he's going to target victims or a final girl and attack. There's nobody to attack. If Dr. Fright did not attack you and you are awake, you fall asleep. Dadgummit. So I am once more asleep. And that's the end of the killer phase. Which means I have to resolve a boiler room card. Okay. Let's go to the left or the right this time. Ah, he gets to attack me. So that's 2, because I don't have any guard cards. Okay. Then it is the panic phase, but there's nobody to panic, and upkeep phase, which means one of these victims moves towards the good doctor. And we are back to my action phase now. Okay, if I failed that one, I lose 2 and gain a horror. If I fail this one, I just lose 2. So I'm going to attempt a focus instead of a distraction first. Fail. Let's try again. Focus. Success. Perfect. Still lose a time, but I get my other dice back. I'm going to grab one of these other ones. Alright, so I'm down to 4 time. I'm already asleep. So since I'm already asleep, it won't hurt me to do a short rest. One success at the cost of a time. Then a distraction. Oof. let's go ahead and sacrifice some cards to make that a success. So I gain the time back and reduce that. And if I keep going, I won't have much time to buy stuff with, but if I don't, he could possibly get to me and attack me, which I also don't want. So let's go for a sprint. Of course. Complete failure. So, down 2 time. I lose a health, one way or the other. But I'm ending my turn anyway, so I will go ahead and move 1 space further away from him. Alright, so I've got 2 time left. I'm going to take a sprint. And all of these go back. And then it's his turn. So this one is going to die. And then we draw a tarot card. Grab your crucifix. If you have a crucifix, you may discard it to ignore the rest of this card. I don't. So, target victims, move and attack. Target, move and attack. Okay. That's it. Alright, so that's the end of his turn. So I have to do the boiler room now. And let's see, we had him on the bottom this last time, so I'm going to slide up and hope. Yes, he was not on the bottom that time. Okay. Boogity boogity. So now it is panic phase. We've got 1 person to panic. With a 2, they don't go anywhere. So they just stay there and await their imminent painful death. And that brings us back to, or that brings us to the upkeep phase. So 1 would move closer to him. And that brings us back to my turn, in which I will attempt to sprint. One success, okay. With that 1 success, I lose a time, but I get to move 2 spaces. I'm going to move 1 and 2. And I think I'm going to resolve a boiler room card, see if I can get woken up. Okay, so he was on the bottom here. He was not on the bottom here. There is 1 more of him on the bottom. I know this one has him on the top, so there's a 50-50 chance he was on this side. So I think I'm going to slide this way. Okay, good job. Okay, so I resolved a boiler room card. Do I want to resolve the last one? So that I can wake up, because that would be good, because then I could save this victim right here on my next turn. Well, I have to resolve one on his turn. So yeah, let's just go ahead and wait for his turn. Okay. So I've got 5 points. I'm going to take a distraction and a sprint. And of course, these 0 cost. Okay. And then the sprint goes back. And it's his turn. So he, of course, does that guy, which pushes horror all the way up to the top, bringing me back down to 1 dice. And then his terror card. Frankie's coming for you. If there are no victims on the board, discard and draw the next terror card. Otherwise, target victim and move. If Dr. Fright is in a space with at least 1 victim, increase horror twice. Okay. So he would move there. He is in a space with at least 1 victim. So horror would increase twice, which means bloodlust would increase twice, which means the boiler room deck gets reset. So we shuffle this up. Oop. And there we go. It's reset. This is not good for me, because a single attack and I'm dead. I'm gone. I should have gotten a guard card, but I didn't. Okay. So here we go. The boiler room. I'm going to try sliding right again. Oh, there he is. And that takes 2 health. But I have final health. Amazingly. Okay. Amazingly, I did have final health. So, that's the end of his turn. So we have panic. 3. This one runs down here. If I was awake, I could go get him. Then we have upkeep, which means he goes right back over here. And then we're back to me. I'm going to try to focus. That's a success. So there's my other dice. I'm already asleep, so let's go for a short rest. Maybe get some health back. If I discard some cards, let's give him weak attack and focus to turn that into a success, and I can get 2 health back without losing any time. All right. Let's do a distraction. Double success. Amazing. Okay. Okay, so there's my distraction. Done that. Let's go ahead with a... You know what? Let's end my turn, or stop using cards. I'm going to resolve some Boiler Room cards. Okay, so he was in the top left this time. So let's slide down. Okay, good. I know he can't be in the top right again. Or the top left, I mean. So let's slide this way. Perfect. So I know he's not here. So on this one, he was either here or here, and this one, he was either there or there. I think my best chance is going to be sliding right again. Okay, and I'm awake. Perfect. So these get shuffled again. And I'm now once again awake. That's exactly what I wanted. All right. So now I'm going to walk or sprint, walk or sprint. Let's sprint. Ooh. Yes, I will give up both my walk cards for that. To get one of those, I only lose 1 time, which puts me back at 6. And then I get to move 2 spaces. So 1, save this guy to gain 2 time. And then my second space will be here. Okay. All right. Ugh. All right, so I've got 6 points here. Let's take a distraction. See if I can get that 3rd dice. Horror will go up if he gets to hit me. So I'm going to try to avoid that. But I've got 3 points left. I'm going to take a search card so I can search the space that I'm in. And then I'll take a close call. And then all of these go back. All right. Oh, I should have took a guard, but I didn't. So, doesn't matter. It kind of does because I'm about to go to sleep again. Oh well. Oh well. I did what I did. Okay. So that's the end of my turn. So it is his turn again, which means he kills this person, which means I go back to sleep. Alright, so sleeping. Now he gets a terror card. Better stay up late. If you are awake, lose 1 dice for horror rolls during the next action phase. I'm not, I'm asleep. Okay. If you are asleep, immediate resolve all remaining boiler room cards. Okay, so I've got to resolve the entire boiler room right now. Okay, so let's start with... Let's slide down. Okay, we're good. Let's slide right. Good. If I slide up, it only reveals 1 panel. We're good there. I can't slide that way because it wouldn't reveal anything, and I can't slide down because it wouldn't reveal anything. So my only options are either up or right again. If he's in this spot down here, it doesn't matter which way I go, it's going to reveal it. I've revealed 2 of those spots, and he wasn't in them. So I'm hoping he was in this one. Oh, yes. Okay. We're good. I'm awake again. Alright. Then he targets victims, moves, and attacks. So he gets 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He can get to this one. 1, 2, 3. He can get to this one. This one's closer. And I go back to sleep. That's how this game goes. Okay. I'm back asleep. Alright. Then we have panic, but there's nobody in his space. And upkeep means this guy moves close to him. Alright. I need to do some damage this round. Let's start with... Let's start with the distraction. Ooh. Let's do my close call. Still nothing. Okay. So, horror level goes up 1, and I lose 2 time. So I don't really even want to search. I can't move. At the moment. Because I really need to take a guard card. Okay, I'm not going to search. I'm going to take a guard card. And all of these. Alright. Now it is his turn. He will do this, which would have shuffled the boiler room if it were not already if I wasn't already asleep, or if it had been used at all. And now it is my turn, or it is time to do the boiler room. Okay. Which way to start? Oh wait, nope, it's not the end of his turn yet. He still gets a terror card. The last terror card, which is Endless Sleep. I fall asleep. I'm already asleep. While this card is in play, you must remain asleep. Reset the boiler room immediately upon exiting it. Okay. I'm already asleep, so doesn't really matter. And he's about to, during the upkeep phase, will release his finale. But before that, we have to resolve a boiler room card. I'm going to go left. That revealed him. So, at least I get a third dice. All right. Then it is the panic phase, but there's nobody to panic. Upkeep phase, closest victim, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Moves to one space closer to him. And then we reveal the finale. He moves towards the final girl, attacks twice, and during upkeep, if I'm awake, I lose 2 health and fall asleep. Well, I don't have any health at the moment, so that shouldn't be an issue. If that happens, I die. So, we don't really want to do that. Alright. And that brings us back to me. I got 3 cards now. Or 3 dice now. So let's go ahead for... a search. See if I can get a weapon out of this place. Only 1 success. What can I get rid of? Let's get rid of... not really much to get rid of. Let's go for a walk and a focus, I guess. To make it 2 successes. So that I have at least half a chance at getting a weapon. I still lose 1 time. A bear trap. Okay. I'll take the bear trap, yes. I will 100% take the bear trap. Okay. Anything else I want to do this round? I need to have at least 4 time left. So I'm going to... because I would like to be able to get something besides that as well. Yeah, so let's go ahead and... discard a focus to give me an extra time. I'll hold on to that, hopefully for the next round. Yes. Okay, and then I will use 2 time to put this fancy little bear trap in my dock here. So it goes in my space. It can't be the lake, though. If the killer enters the space with the bear trap, discard the token and immediately end the killer phase. The killer receives 2 damage. So I'm just going to put it over here for the moment because he's about to do that. All right. And that's going to end my phase. I'm going to take the Retaliate card for 4 points. Because he's about to attack me twice, and I can't take 2 attacks. I think from this point on, he is pretty much exclusively after me. Unless he happens to land in a space with victims without me. Okay, so his turn. He targets me and he moves. Boom. Bear trap triggers. So he loses 2 health. This goes away. Alright, and then he attacks me. The first attack, I'm going to retaliate against. Let's see, he's got an attack of 4, so I have to get 2 successes to stay in the game. And I didn't get any. So the only way I stay in the game is to discard everything in my hand. But then he gets to attack me again, and I can't defend against it because that'll take my guard card away. Okay. I guess that's the end of it then. So if I don't defend, if I don't change one of them, he does 4 damage, which is going to be the end of me. Or I can discard everything, discard all damage, he takes 2 damage, and then he attacks me again, and I'm dead. So yeah. So that is the end of this round. So thank you for watching, and come back next week. We'll be facing off against Dr. Fright at Creech Manor. And hopefully that one will go a little bit better.